All right, my name is Matt. Welcome to Sinbin. You guys know the spiel. So Toronto Maple Leafs. I gotta say, you guys are the guys that keep on giving. You're the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, whether it be the Marner contract or Mike Babcock getting fired, whatever it is, we always seem to have a lot of content surrounding the Toronto Maple Leafs. Today, we get a bomb. We get a bomb of a controversy going on. And this involves Mitch Marner and the aforementioned Mike Babcock, former coach Mike Babcock. It sounds weird just saying it. So, in case you guys haven't heard about this story, I'm kind of going to give you a brief overview so that you know what I'm talking about, you understand where I'm coming from, and just so you guys have a brief overview. So, this happens in 2016-17, the 2017 season. Mitch Marner, he was a highly profiled rookie at the time. Now, I know we look at Mitch Marner today, he's getting 90 points. He's usually good for a point per game. Well, if you remember, during his rookie season, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. No, he had a short stint playing on the fourth line with Matt Martin. Matt Martin? Anyway, so during this season, Mike Babcock comes up to Marner. He says, I want to make a list. I want you to make me a list. And on this list, you're going to rank from bottom to top who is the hardest working player. And at the bottom, write who is the player with the worst work ethic. You make a list, you rank them, check it twice, whatever it may be. So Mitch Marner, being the humble Canadian kid that he is, he put himself at the bottom. He thinks no other person is worse than me when it comes to work ethic. I need to work on it the most, away from the puck, whatever it may be. He puts himself at the bottom. But given that this is a list of all of his teammates, there are people right above him. And allegedly, the players right above him were Nazem Kadri, and I think the other one was Tyler Bozak. None of those players are still with the current Leafs, oddly enough. So, the story doesn't end there, guys. Mike Babcock goes full-fledged 13-year-old white girl, and then goes to Nazem, and he goes to Bozak, and he's like, hey, guys, look what Marner's saying about you guys. He says you don't have any good work ethic. And he shows that to them, and that kind of created a whole controversy. Here are my thoughts. I hope that was clear. But here are my thoughts. So, we all know Mike Babcock. He won as an old school coach. He's an old school coach. He won as one. He eventually got fired as one. Whether it be for good or for bad, this is a tactic used by old school coaches. You don't see any new school coaches do this. And why? Players nowadays are different. Okay, back in the days, early 2000s and prior to that, you could probably do this to the player and it wouldn't really bother them. I mean, I'm going to go on a limb here and say they probably had thicker skins. But when Mike Babcock did this to Marner, allegedly he was on the verge of tears. He really didn't like this activity. Now, I don't know really what Mike Babcock was getting at. I mean, if this activity has shown results in the past, then okay, I guess it's a worthwhile thing to do. I don't really see how it works, and least of all, why does he go and show it to the other players? This seems like something that's highly confidential, something that's private. Why go and spill the beans and put Mitch in that awkward situation? You see, players nowadays, and Mitch, they're like lambs, okay? And you come to the lamb with food. You have to put the food in your palm and then gently feed it to them. What Mike Babcock does is that he takes a pile of grain and shoves it in the lamb's face and says, eat this, you bitch. That's what Mike Babcock does. It's shown results in the past. He's won. He's one of the most winningest coach. I don't know if that approach still works nowadays. And one thing I did, because I know the hockey guy made a video about it, I purposely didn't listen to his opinions because I didn't want it to sway me whichever way. I'm really anxious to hear what he says, but I'm not sure about this tactic, guys. It seems like something really old school. If you guys have seen the Don Cherry movie, it's called The Wrath of Grapes. He had a coach. I think his name was Toe Blake, but I might be wrong. He had a coach with similar tactics. He would make the goalie save pucks without his equipment on, which is suicide. He's probably thinking if he can save pucks without pads, then he's a god with pads. I wouldn't be surprised if something similar was happening with Mike Babcock. If he says, oh, if I do this list and make Marner do this list and show it to them, then it's going to make them bond and it's going to make them more transparent. I think it made it worse. It's probably just me, but I think it made it worse. Now, suffice to say, Mitch Marner did come out. There you have him here. By the way, is it me or he's looking more and more like Zach from Zach and Cody, The Sweet Life? Anyway, he has his opinions. I'm not going to play the video from fear of getting a copyright claim, but he basically says, I was lucky enough that the guys that were there with me, none of them took it to heart, and they knew it wasn't up to me to make the list. But it's so long ago now. Honestly, I really kind of forgot about it until the report came out, but it's over now. I'm done with it. So I'm glad to see that, whether if this is true or not, I'm glad to see that his teammates didn't take this seriously, because this is something that can really damage your locker room. One of the most dangerous things in sports is if you get a split locker room. I'll give you guys an example. Before the Blues won the Cup, I think the year before, Alexander Steen, he wanted the captaincy. They ended up giving it to Alex Pietrangelo. Steen was a little bit sour about that, and what happened is that the locker room was split. There was Team Steen, and there was Team Pietrangelo. You can't win with a split locker room, and I really hope that the Maple Leafs, this didn't happen to them in this situation. You know, this could very easily, and maybe this isn't a two-way split. Maybe this is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-way split. So there you have it. That was me reporting on the Mike Babcock situation. I want to go on it a little bit longer, but I won't for the moment because we do have our live show tonight. If you want to hear about it more in depth, make sure to check us out at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. You guys can join in the live chat. You guys can put in your chat questions, whatever it may be. And make sure to keep your stick on the ice. Goodbye, guys.